Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Content Cup. So it's been a while since I did a rant video, something from my moaning series. This is because the last moaning video I did was on our good friend Cyrillic, and I've just decided to let that plateau out for a while. He's now lost over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube since the drama started, which I find really funny. But now I feel like this is a good time to come back and bring back my most popular series by view counts. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to be talking about layout videos. Now, layout videos, as you all know, are these unfinished levels. They have gameplay and nothing else. They are blue usually. They don't change the background, they don't change the color or the design, and they are very, very lazy. They are the height of laziness in the community. Everybody knows if you make a layout video, unless it's for an absolutely groundbreaking level, you are most likely just doing it for the views and to attract views to your project. Now, there's a big trend in the community where you will find that you don't really have to put very much effort in at all into your layouts. In fact, you literally just have to make gameplay, like just the smallest amount, and as long as you complete it, as soon as people see that classic blue thumbnail, you're guaranteed over 100,000 views instantly. Now this is probably the most requested rant I have ever done. Everybody wants me to go and talk about layout videos and how terrible people who make layouts are. But what if I told you that there was a bigger problem? What if I told you that there was something that made these layout videos worse? What if I told you that I don't actually have much of a problem with layout videos because at least the creator is having to play the level to showcase it? Of course, I don't really like layout videos because I do agree with the community when I say that they are very much for views and are very, very lazy. But there's something more. What if I told you that the source of the laziness was being driven from something else? What if I told you there was a way to make your layout video even more effortless and even more hateable? Well, there is. Obviously, if you read the title of this video, which I probably assume you did upon clicking on it, you may have worked out that we're not actually going to be talking about layout videos today. We're going to be talking about NoClip, the invincibility hack. Yay! NoClip is a tool that was programmed by Mgostih I believe in late 2.0, and yeah, it has caused a whole lot of shit to go down in this community, and it has made Geometry Dash undoubtedly worse since it was created. Whether it's the laziness of just being able to make a layout or a level and just no clip to the end and not even have to press a single button and still be able to pass that off as showing the level, or whether it allows for garbage content like this.
Oh my god, how? Oh my god, dual? How does anyone do this?
No, but there are wider implications of NoClip. Anybody can download it and anybody can just NoClip their way to the end of a level, meaning you can just play Yatagarasu with NoClip on and beat it in one attempt. And this means that smaller players that have nowhere near the amount of skill can just beat Yatagarasu and then post down 100% score in the comments. Not only this, but there are people probably in the top 100. We're not entirely sure who it is, but it's safe to assume that in the top 100 there is always at least quite a few hackers, and we can assume that these people are just no-clipping levels. Now, Shaggy23 is the world number 2 now, I believe, and there was a huge debate for a while as to whether his star grinding abilities were possible or not. Many people thought he was no-clipping net levels. How do I feel about this? I don't think Shaggy no-clips, but do you know what else I think? I think the problem wouldn't have arisen if there just wasn't this lazy tool for unethical people to cheat. And so we're going to be talking about the wider problems NoClip is causing as a community, and this is just by way of getting lots of hate from you guys this month. So why don't we sit back and relax, and let's talk about one of my biggest hatreds in Geometry Dash. This is the NoClip rant. Okay, so let's get into today's topic, NoClip. NoClip is the name given to an invincibility hack that was programmed by Gd's best hacker, Mgostih, back in September 2016. It has a similar principle to the ignore damage mode you find in the Gd editor, except it applies this principle to actual gameplay. Essentially, when you run this tool, you cannot die in the game. You will go through blocks, you will not die at the stage height limit, and there's basically nothing that can stop you. Mgostih explained how it was much more natural and professional looking than the teleport hack, and this tool can be applied to a wide number of practical purposes. It can be used to verify things, and it could also beat levels and gain stars. It was built with no specific purpose in mind, but the most logical purpose would be playtesting, as some of the bigger players publicly use it for. Unfortunately, however, it can also be used in a number of intuitive ways to cheat. NoClip has single-handedly invalidated the need for a verify hack, as you can simply NoClip any level to verify it without downloading the cheat engine. It now has become so widely used that its improper use has taken over speed hacking as the biggest hacking problem in the game, and it is currently the most popular form of illegitimate gameplay for cheaters, being widely used by probably well over 10% of active players. The problem is that NoClip is its own tool and it's not part of the cheat engine, so many big players use it. It's become so normalised and deep running within the veins of the community that there really is no way of telling how widespread its use is. But it's used for a lot of malpractices. Not just in-game ones, but if we return to the idea of lazy layout videos, we find NoClip at the heart of the problem for the recent surge in effortless content. I personally believe NoClip has 5 main malpractices, so 5 ways in which to use it that will damage the community or generally have a negative impact as a result. So let's look at the 5 deadly NoClip sins in a bit more detail. The first and most common NoClip use is on YouTube, and it's used to showcase levels. Now, if you've ever watched my rant videos before, you'll know there's quite a lot of YouTube content I don't really appreciate, and the word showcasing falls under that category. Basically, whether you're showing a level or layout, you can just NoClip it in one attempt. Sometimes people don't even bother to make it an accurate run. The word showcasing is just a really sort of posh word for I'm really f***ing lazy and I can't be bothered to play this level, so here it is. What would I suggest in place of it? Cut replay videos, like Woogie did with Phobos. Now, you may say this makes it look less realistic, but A, NoClip doesn't look realistic as soon as it goes off track and it goes through a block, and B, look at Electro Mario, an absolute master of openly cutting gameplay and making the cuts look barely noticeable. At this point in time, the only reason you would NoClip a level to showcase it is because you didn't really want to invest as much time in showing it. This particular sin goes hand in hand with layout showing and indeed showcasing shitty levels. There are a lot of NoClipped replays of shitty levels, and these really infuriate me. When you watch videos like these, you feel nothing. You get nothing out of it. You have no more insight into the game or community because of it. So why the f*** are these videos some of the most popular Geometry Dash content classifications on YouTube? The answer comes in the form of whoring off of level names in your videos and jumping on the easy view train. This is definitely a bad sin. The next sin, which is even less ethical and even less defensible, is star grinding. Using NoClip to beat rated in-game levels with no effort. Literally anyone can just set up NoClip and play levels, and within a few hours you can accumulate yourself a nice and tidy 300 to 500 stars. Now obviously, if you NoClip 30 demons in a row, the game will detect that something's up and will most likely ban you from the leaderboard. And there are quite a few leaderboard checks in place to stop NoClipping, but anyone with a brain can simply just use it economically, NoClipping non-demon levels and doing so sustainably. And this way, you can unlock customizations and move up the leaderboard very quickly. RobTop tried to block NoClipping in 2.1, but it was worked around by Mgostih almost immediately. RobTop's unwillingness to listen to the hackers of GD and build a more robust game is the downfall here. This, in my opinion, means the entire system of leaderboards in GD is now completely obsolete. I would say at least 10% of players have some form of illegitimate stars, and literally anyone can no-clip the game and compromise the star system. If you go on to something like Yatagarasu, you only have to look down 3 comments before you find a score that really raises suspicion. It is commonplace for levels to be verified with NoClip. In many cases, players have lost recordings for levels and simply uploaded accurate NoClip runs to simulate the verification, and the best example of this is Thanatos. However, it is now becoming more common to bend the rules of what ethically acceptable is. There is a daemon that is very relevant right now, and I'm going to cover that soon as it was NoClip verified, and I'm sure this will help you understand why NoClip is such a big problem in verification. Demonstrations are fairly similar to showcases, but they are cleverly disguised. There's a video going around the community at the moment called What People Who Beat Stalemate Redux Had to Go Through, and this title suggests the content of the video will be showing you the gameplay of Stalemate Redux in its entirety. In fact, this is literally just some guy no-clipping a shitty version of Stalemate Redux and cleverly disguising it as some sort of necessary explanation video. Again, Etza has shown how shitty series levels can be made in under 30 seconds, and I highly doubt this player spent more than 5 minutes on a no-clip run. A completely effortless video, disguised with a bit of charm. Another good example of this is people uploading their no-clip footage as progress videos. Jacko GMD did a wonderful video called Sonic Wave No-Clip 'Cause Why Not? The 'cause why not really rings a lot of alarm bells for me there. If you have to justify your content in the title, then it might be because it's shit. Just a thought. Anyway, this video got over 30,000 views, and that really triggers me because just what is the point? Everyone has seen Sonic Wave. No one needed this video. It didn't improve his practice whatsoever for doing it, and it contributed absolutely nothing to the community. This video is worth less than nothing. Demonstrating is a much cleverer sin than showcasing because you actually have to polish your turd and make it look presentable. But these are 2 fingernails from the same salad, and they're both stupid. The final SID is probably the most debatable as to whether it's bad or not. Upcoming level runs are pretty acceptable and liked within the community. The premise of this is that there is an upcoming extreme demon that we won't see for a while, and until the time is such that the verifier can make decent progress on it, you might want to view the whole level, and so a no-clip run is uploaded. This is good in a way, as it completely invalidates the need for montages. If Crazyman50 had no-clipped Black Blizzard, nobody would have stolen his footage to make montages. That being said, Crazy doesn't use NoClip because he's not a terrible human being. As good as stopping montages is, it also has a downside. It literally takes all the fun and surprise out of a level, and the footage will usually get pinched for top 10 videos and other lazy content like that. Digital Descent was a great spectacle and verification for the community, as we didn't see it for a little while, and when we did, several parts have been redesigned, and the level looked quite fresh, and so it was really exciting. That's why I'm being glad there have been no-clip runs of Woodkid yet. It keeps mystery surrounding the level, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it was with Bloodbath, and we shouldn't keep just ruining the surprise of upcoming levels with bland no-clip runs that come out for views. You're giving some of your day, some of your precious time that could be spent doing something more important, like hugging your parents, starting a bank account. What?
Free Finny?
Just retard. Yes, okay, that's cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Are you filming a little something?
Yes, I'm filming a video.
Oh, YouTuber. Oh my, have fun.
Before we end on this section, I just want to quickly touch on a point that was referenced during my God Eater videos that has kind of followed me through this sort of rant series, being, why do you care so much about effortless videos? They're not really hurting anyone. And the subsequent follow-up point, are you just jealous because of the money they make? Now, I guess it could be argued from a certain point of view that I look jealous of the money they make, because obviously they aren't hurting anyone. They are just kind of unclassily making a lot of money, and that's the truth. But I don't want to sound condescending when I say that if you sort of support these videos, you're part of the problem. But let me explain something to you about viewer respect. When you click on a video, when you click on a video like a layout video, you're investing your time, your precious time out of your day. you never get your time back, and your time could be spent doing something far more important, like hugging your parents, starting a bank account, studying for a test that could in turn land you the skills to get a job. I don't know, whatever you're doing, it's probably more important than watching somebody's NoClip layout video. Now, when you click on this, you're investing that time, and in a sense, you're giving money to the person who has posted that video if they're monetized. And so, in my opinion, you've invested 2 factors there, and you should at least get something in return. The video creator should not then be spitting on you by just making some completely bland shit just to throw back in your face to attract your view. If 50,000 people are going to invest their time out of their day in a video, I expect it to be of a certain quality. Now, obviously, the layout could be terrible, the gameplay could be poorly cut, but at least they're putting effort in and doing something. With NoClip, they're kind of just shitting on your face, really. If you watch one of my videos, you are investing your time in watching a 20-year-old young man bully children on the internet, and I'm very grateful for that, because the money keeps me eating and stuff like that. So I think the best thing I can do in return to you is deliver some content that is either entertaining, thought-provoking, or maybe even both. And that's why I spend hours writing scripts and spend hours editing. That's why I don't just shit out bland NoClip videos. And this is my main problem. Now, I feel like it's much more of an ethical dilemma than a lot of you think. These other videos, these NoClip videos, have no effort in them whatsoever, and they're just disrespectful. They're a bit of a disrespectful gesture on the part of the video creator, who is sort of getting all this time from these people and not rewarding it at all. He's not rewarding the fact that you clicked on the video with entertaining content. And going back to the money thing, the fact that they're profiting off this blatant lack of effort and lack of ethics infuriates me so much. And that's the core value behind my hatred of effortless content. It really is just a dynamic that needs to be upheld, but is not being upheld. So I hope, for those of you who have that sort of idea why do you hate these videos so much, I hope this will help you to understand a bit more about why I'm so against effortless videos like that. As I explained earlier, you can literally just NoClip levels to star grind, so I think it's important that we address the wider implications of this on the leaderboards. There's very little in the way to stop anyone with a brain and a sense of caution from using NoClip sustainably to build an illegitimate profile on GD. As I said before, in the top 100 it's very likely that at any one time there are at least 5 hackers, and so NoClipping doesn't really help, especially considering these players will be star grinding so much that no one will really notice if they just flip to NoClip. So what can we do? How can we stop them? Well, we can't, and so it's the sad truth that there is probably an outrageous amount of unbalance in the top 1000 and even in the top 100, all because we glorify this tool that allows us to gain easy revenue and quick views. It's a sad situation, and the first step in solving this problem is making the community recognise that there is one. As with any of my rant videos, I do expect there to be a small portion of between 10 to 15% that will hate on me and go and attack me in the comments for my beliefs, and I believe that this section is going to be the cause of the most outrage for this video, because I'm about to touch on a very sensitive, otherwise unchallenged topic, but I feel it's necessary to demonstrate just how normalised and accepted hacking has become thanks to NoClip. Stalemate Redux is the 5th hardest demon in Geometry Dash currently, and it was number 1 for a while. This level is an extreme challenge and a sequel to an incredibly famous 1.9 demon called Stalemate. And so to see such a legacy demon of such epic difficulty verified legitimately would be amazing. That would be if it were verified legitimately, which it wasn't. Stalemate Redux initially had a free coin in the level, which its verifier, the real Zephyl, missed on the run in which he beat the level legitimately. Because he missed this coin, the level was not verified on that attempt that he beat it, and so on the next attempt he removed the coin and used NoClip to verify it. And in this video he said,
"I missed a fucking coin that is free." But man, I beat the whole level legit. There was no like special coin way, so there's no problem with me no-clipping it actually.
Well, unfortunately, there is a problem. I appreciate that Zephyl did not want to have to go and beat this level again, and so it made sense. But under no circumstances was this level verified legitimately. It was beaten legitimately, sure, but its verification was hacked. Stalemate Redux is a hacked level, and while I mean no disrespect to Zephyl here, I think it should start being considered a hacked level. I know a lot of you probably think I'm crazy for making such a big deal out of it, but now I'm going to try and get you to perceive it a different way instead. Say NoClip never came out. Instead of no-clipping, let's say he verify hacked it. If NoClip didn't exist, would you all still be okay with that then? He missed the coin on the run that he beat the level, so he verify hacked it without the coin because it still counts. How does that sound? That sounds much worse, right? This is because verify hacking is so frowned upon because it's part of the cheat engine, but NoClip is fine because it's literally normalised within the community. Well, no. I think this was a really far-fetched bend of the rules. I think it was incredibly dodgy, and I don't think it should have been so revered the way it was. And I really think he shouldn't have said that there was no problem with him no-clipping it. It was not verified legitimately, and if we didn't have no-clip, he'd have to beat it again. So why was he just allowed to no-clip it in that case? What if Riot missed the last coin when he verified New Cataclysm and no-clip wasn't out? Would he have just been allowed to verify hack it? This is a pretty sensitive subject, and I'm aware and saying this will probably end up with me becoming public enemy #1 for questioning the issue, but I haven't seen anyone examine this with any objectivity yet. Everyone was just so absorbed by the hype that we haven't really seen through what's going on here. Again, I mean no disrespect to Zephyl, and I don't want you to go and hate on his channel for it, but I just think everyone went absolutely nuts and sort of started revering it as if he'd beaten the #1 demon, but he really hadn't. It was a verify hacked level. And it just was so dodgy and so out of place in the community, but was allowed because of how commonplace NoClip has become. NoClip has also made us far too trusting. I elaborated on this with the verifying sin, but just because someone openly no-clips something because they lost the footage or something stupid like that, we instantly believe them and let them get away with it, and sometimes it comes back to bite us on the arse. Example, Athanatos. Athanatos was a level worked on by Aurorus, and he streamed himself getting 70% and above a few times. However, when he verified it, he said OBS failed to record it, and so he no-clipped his verification video and everyone loved it, because Athanatos was considered harder than Bloodbath and it was the new #1. Aurorus had streamed a lot and he was open about the no-clipping, so this was fine, right? Well, in early 2017 we found out that Athanatos was hacked, among other things. We believed him though, because he was open about no-clipping it. I don't want to accuse anyone of anything here, but look how many demons there are out there that have no-clip footage because the verifier either wasn't recording, or the footage got corrupted, or they fluked and didn't expect to beat it. I literally don't trust anything like that in this community. Riot's Bloodbath video is the perfect example of how verification could be done. He verified it live, and in this video he has an actual verification run. Many people will say, oh, but what if OBS fails? Well, I don't really believe people who have continual recording failures, and those who stream can use stream highlights anyway, and I think if you have a 144Hz monitor and a good PC, you should be streaming. I don't get why you wouldn't stream. It brings money, fame, and success to the player. I see no problem in streaming at all. CrazyMan50 has never lost a verification video, and I think at this point, those who do are either foolishly careless or are hiding something, and NoClip is a great way to put a professional face on something like that. So before I wrap this up, I want to talk about the solutions to this ever-expanding problem, because we really do face a difficult dilemma here. There are a few ways in which NoClip can be phased from the community, and the problems could be solved, but they both have issues surrounding them. The first solution would be for RobTob to look to patch the use of NoClip in 2.2, and for Mgostih to not update the tool. Now this is very unlikely, as I think Mgostih will almost definitely update the NoClip tool, as more recently he's been hacking to prove a point to RobTob that he actually needs to listen to what the hackers in the community have to say, rather than insulting them and dismissing them. Even if Mgostih doesn't update it, someone else will come along and do it too, so there really is no way, in my opinion, that we won't see NoClip in 2.2. The next solution is to stop glorifying its use. NoClip is a popular and socially acceptable tool because bigger players use it for levels. Sonic's no-clips for videos all the time. It's not in any bad way, but he then demonstrates the tool's power to nearly his 70,000 odd audience. Sonics' NoClip videos make him loads of money and views as they show upcoming extreme levels that people go wild for, so I don't think he'll ever stop using NoClip, which is a shame. So both of these solutions are doomed to fail, so there is one more thing we can do, and that starts with you. As a community, we can begin to recognise the problems NoClip is causing all over the game, and we can start to reject them. A lot of the community already hates layout videos and hates on those, so why not aim your distaste at the heart of the problem? If you have the tool, delete it and make a point of doing so. If you see others using it, encourage them to stop, show them the problems they are contributing to, and help make us a part of the solution. If people stop using NoClip and public opinions change, then star grinding hacking will decrease, lazy cancer video output will decrease, and hacked and misleading demon replay uploads will increase. 3 things we've been trying to get out of the community for years. I hope we will eventually wake up and realise how much damage NoClip is doing and will eventually reject it on a huge scale, stopping the output of oversaturated, effortless videos. At a time when, as a community, we are straying further and further from being a good and righteous community, we have the opportunity to take one big leap in the right direction by voiding this hack from our game and restoring some sort of morals to ourselves. I thank you very much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and checking out some of my other content, which is linked in the description and will be displayed on the screen in a few seconds. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon.